What if I told you there's one single rule, 3 numbers, that can completely fix your finances forever? No spreadsheets, no complicated apps, just 3 numbers that have helped millions of Americans take control of their money. It's called the 50-30-20 rule, and in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to break it down completely with real numbers, real examples, and a step-by-step plan you can actually use starting today. Most people have tried budgeting before, maybe a complicated spreadsheet, maybe a strict budget app, maybe a method they read about online, and most people quit within 2 weeks. Why? Because those systems were too complicated for real life. The 50-30-20 rule is different. It gives you only 3 categories to think about: 50%, 30%, and 20%. That's it. 3 numbers. Anyone can remember 3 numbers. Stick with me for the next few minutes, and I promise, you will never look at your paycheck the same way again. This simple rule changes everything about how you handle money. Let's start with the first number, 50%. This is the needs category. Half of your take-home income goes here every single month. No exceptions. What counts as a need? Rent or mortgage payments, utility bills, groceries, transportation to work, health insurance, and minimum debt payments. These are costs you literally cannot eliminate from your life. Here's where people make the biggest mistake. They classify too many things as needs. Netflix is not a need. Gym membership is not a need. Eating out is not a need. A want is not a need just because you want it badly. Here's what this looks like in real life. Take-home pay $4,000 a month. 50% means $2,000 for needs. Rent $1,100. Utilities $150. Groceries $300. Insurance $120. Phone $80. Minimum debt payment $250. Exactly $2,000. Now I know what many of you are thinking. Jax, my needs are already more than 50%. My rent alone is 60% of my income. This is super common, especially in expensive cities. Here's exactly what to do. If your needs are above 50%, focus on reducing your 3 biggest expenses: housing, transportation, and food. These 3 categories make up 70% of most American budgets. Small reductions here have massive impact. Here's a powerful insight. Your needs spending determines your financial ceiling. The lower you can get your needs percentage, the more money flows to savings and wants. Every dollar saved on needs is a dollar that works for your future. Look at this comparison. Needs at 60% versus 45%. The difference is 15% of your income going to your future instead of landlords and bills. On a $4,000 income, that's $600 extra per month for savings and investing. Here's my honest advice. If you're spending more than 55% on needs right now, don't beat yourself up. Just commit to reducing it by 2% every 3 months. Slow progress on needs percentage is still life-changing progress. Alright, 50% needs covered. You now know exactly what qualifies as a need, how to calculate your number, and what to do if you're over budget. Let's move to the fun part, the 30%. Now, for the part everyone's been waiting for, the 30% wants category. This is your guilt-free spending zone. This is the money you use to actually enjoy your life. What falls into wants? Streaming subscriptions, dining out, shopping for non-essential clothing, vacations, entertainment, gym memberships, hobbies, coffee shops, basically anything that makes life enjoyable but isn't strictly necessary for survival. Here's the most important thing about the 30% wants category. There is zero guilt attached to spending this money. This is your money. You earned it. As long as you stay within 30%, spend it however you want. Think about the last time you bought something fun and felt guilty about it. That guilt comes from not knowing if you can afford it. With 50-30-20, that guilt disappears completely. You know exactly how much is available for fun, down to the dollar. Here's what 30% looks like on a $4,000 income. That's $1,200 for wants. You could allocate $200 for dining out, $80 for subscriptions, $100 for entertainment, $150 for shopping, $70 for coffee. That's a very comfortable, enjoyable life. Quick wants audit. Right now, open your bank app and look at every recurring charge under $20. These tiny subscriptions are wants vampires. The average American pays for 4 to 6 subscriptions they completely forgot about. Cancel anything unused. Track your wants spending weekly, not daily, just weekly. 5 minutes every Sunday evening. Look at what you spent in the wants category. Over budget, adjust the following week. Under budget, roll it forward or treat yourself extra. The beauty of the 30% category is flexibility. Your wants are completely personal. One person spends their 30% on travel, another on gym and dining, another on hobbies and gadgets. The rule doesn't judge how you enjoy life, just how much you spend on it. A quick test for needs versus wants. Ask yourself, would I face serious consequences if I cut this for 3 months? Rent? Yes. Serious consequences. Needs. Netflix? No real consequences. Want. Gym? No serious consequences. Want. It's that simple. 30% wants. Nailed it. You know exactly what qualifies, how to track it, and how to enjoy it guilt-free. Now we get to the most powerful number in the entire rule, the 20%. And now, the most important 20% of your entire financial life. This green slice is what separates people who build real wealth from people who work their entire lives and have nothing to show for it. The 20% splits into 3 priority tiers. First priority, build your emergency fund to $1,000 fast. Second priority, contribute to retirement accounts for the tax advantages. Third, invest everything else for long-term wealth. Every dollar you put into this 20% category is a seed. Your investment today looks tiny, maybe $50 or $100 a month, but given enough time and compound interest, that tiny seed becomes an enormous tree. Let's make it real. $50,000 income, 20% means $833 per month to savings, invested at 8% average return after 10 years. $152,000 after 20 years, $521,000 after 30 years, over $1,200,000 from 20% of a $50,000 income. That's what 20% consistently invested over a career actually buys you. Genuine financial freedom, the ability to choose whether you work, not because you have to, but because you want to. That's the real goal. Can't do 20% right now, that's okay. Start with whatever you can, even 3%. The habit matters infinitely more than the amount. A person saving 3% consistently will outperform someone who saves 20% once and stops. Use the 1% increase method. Start at 3%. Every 3 months, increase by 1%. You'll barely feel each individual increase, but within 2 years, you're at 10%. Within 4 years, you're at 20%. Automatic wealth building on autopilot. Where does the 20% go? Priority order. First, your 401k up to your employer match because that match is literally free money. Second, a Roth IRA for tax-free growth. Third, any remaining amount into a low-cost index fund. Here's the brutal math. Skip the 20% investing for 30 years and you end up with whatever Social Security gives you, if it still exists. Invest consistently for 30 years and you retire as a millionaire on a normal income. Same work, completely different outcome. And there we have it, all 3 categories completely covered. 50 needs, 30 wants, 20 savings. You now understand the 50-30-20 rule better than most Americans ever will. Now let's put it all together. Let's see the complete picture. 50% to needs, your essential living costs. 30% to wants, your guilt-free enjoyment. 20% to your future, your financial freedom fund. Together, these three numbers cover 100% of your income with $0 unaccounted for. Here's exactly how to implement this right now. Step 1. Find your exact monthly take-home pay. Step 2. Multiply by 0.5 for your needs limit. Step 3. Multiply by 0.3 for your wants limit. Step 4. Multiply by 0.2 for your automatic savings amount. Example calculation. Take-home pay $3,200. Needs $3,200 times 0.5 equals $1,600. Wants $3,200 times 0.3 equals $960. Savings $3,200 times 0.2 equals $640. Total, exactly $3,200. Every dollar assigned. Budget complete. 3 common mistakes that kill the 50-30-20 rule. Mistake 1. Calling too many wants a need. Mistake 2. Skipping the 20% savings when money is tight. This is exactly when the habit matters most. Mistake 3. Not automating, leaving it to willpower. Here's the truth about the 50-30-20 rule. It's not perfect for everyone. Some months, you'll be at 55-25-20. Some months 48-32-20. That's completely fine. The rule is a guideline, not a prison. The goal is consistent direction, not mathematical perfection. Month by month, this rule compounds just like interest, not because your income changes, but because your habits strengthen. By month 6, the system runs almost automatically. By month 12, you won't recognize your financial life. For tracking, I recommend keeping it simple. YNAB, every dollar, or even a basic spreadsheet. Check your 3 categories once a week. 5 minutes total. Are you under the needs limit? Great. Under the wants limit? Perfect. Did the savings transfer happen? Done. Here's one of the most exciting things about the 50-30-20 rule. As your income grows, your needs don't have to grow with it. If you keep needs relatively stable while income rises, the extra money flows directly into savings and wants. Wealth accelerates. The rule works at every income level. Earning $30,000, save $6,000 per year. Earning $60,000, save $12,000 per year. Earning $100,000, save $20,000 per year. The percentage stays the same. The wealth-building power scales dramatically with income. Your weekly budget check should take less than 5 minutes. Open your bank app. Look at your 3 category totals. Are they within range? Great. Close the app and get on with your day. That's it. No complicated tracking required. Advanced move. Once your emergency fund is fully funded and high-interest debt is gone, consider flipping wants and savings. Bump savings to 30% and drop wants to 20%. This is what high-income wealth builders do to accelerate their timeline dramatically. Quick adjustment guide. Irregular income. Average your last 6 months and use that number. High rent city. Try 60-20-20 temporarily. Aggressive debt payoff. Do 50-30-10 savings, but 10 extra % to debt. Starting out, even 50-30-15 is a huge improvement over no plan. The 50-30-20 rule isn't about perfection, it's about direction. Every month you follow it, even imperfectly, you are building a stronger financial foundation than the majority of Americans who have no plan at all. The best time to implement the 50-30-20 rule was the day you started earning money. The second best time is right now. Today, not next paycheck, not next month. Today you calculate your 3 numbers, and this week you automate the 20%. You now have the complete 50-30-20 blueprint. More importantly, you have the exact numbers for your budget. Calculate them tonight. Write them down. Share them in the comments, and let's build your financial future together, starting right now. Final recap. 50% needs, your essential living costs, paid first. 30% wants, your guilt-free enjoyment money, spent freely within budget, 20% savings, your future self's foundation, automated immediately on payday. Your action checklist for this week: calculate your exact take-home pay, set your 3 budget limits, open a separate savings account if you don't have one, set up an automatic transfer on payday, and do one 5-minute budget review next Sunday. The 50-30-20 rule is genuinely simple. The math takes 5 minutes. Setting up automation takes 10 minutes. The only hard part is deciding to start, and you've already taken the biggest step. You watch this video to the end. Here's your accountability challenge. Calculate your 3 numbers right now and drop them in the comments. Your needs limit, your wants limit, your savings amount. Seeing your own numbers in print makes them real, and I'll reply to as many as I can. If the 50-30-20 rule opened your eyes, subscribe for weekly finance videos that cut through the jargon and give you actionable systems like this one every single week. One concept that could change your financial future. Ready to go deeper? Watch my video on why 95% of Americans never build wealth. It pairs perfectly with this budgeting system. Or check out how to break the paycheck to paycheck cycle. Both links are right on your screen right now. If this video helped you understand the 50-30-20 rule, hit the like button right now. It takes literally 1 second, and it helps this channel reach more people who need this information. More reach means more free financial education for everyone. Seriously, you made it to the end of this video. That already puts you in a very small percentage of people who take their finances seriously enough to actually learn. That decision to learn, that is exactly where every successful financial journey begins. I'm Jax, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, remember, 50% for living, 30% for enjoying, 20% for your future. 3 numbers, 1 rule. Your entire financial life simplified.